So this is the 300 kilometer review of the Ridstar Q20, 20 amp hour, 48 volt. I am going to work. I'm just going to chat a little bit about kind of what the bike's been like for the last 300 kilometers. It's a wet day though, so I'm not going to really cap it out too much. Well, you know what, I probably will anyways. It's a pretty safe ride. This is a stock bike. I've done absolutely nothing but go in and change a couple settings so that I'm getting my full power out of it. You can see that it has some pretty good pickup and go. Keeping up with this truck here. I've made one modification to it, which I don't know if I'd really call a modification, but that's putting this mirror on it. Just makes me feel safer while I'm riding around, to be able to check to make sure nobody's behind me, or if I need to cross over some lanes and take a left-hand turn somewhere, we're good. The bike itself is fantastic. Great value. In Canada, I got it shipped to me for $1,500 plus tax-free shipping, so after taxes it ended up being closer to $1,700, but you know, that's tax where I'm at. It's fantastic. I'm going to try and not get too wet here. Lots of puddles though. I'll do a stop. And we're good. The one downside to it being so wet today is I can't ride as close to the right hand side as I'd like to because of all the puddles. I am not trying to get soaked and then head into work with wet everything. But other than that, it's a nice beautiful day. Fairly warm, a little cool, nice breeze as you drive. Very perfect sweater weather. But yeah, great bike, especially for the price. It is my first e-bike, and I'll be honest, it has been quite a while since I've been on a bike in general. So very comfortable to pick up. I'm 6 foot tall, and when I come to a complete stop, I have flat footing, bend in a knee, so it's, you know, very comfortable to just kind of sit on. It is a little wide. Pedaling on it when you're 6 foot is a bit to be desired. I don't know if I'd want to do that regularly. You just can't get enough stroke in your legs because they're almost always just fully bent, no matter whether you're at top stroke or bottom stroke of the pedal. So can't really feel like you're getting the power down, but I guess that's what pedal assist is for. Personally, I just kind of set it in gear 5 and have at her. Top speed I've gotten downhill, uphill, doesn't really, well, uphill it matters. This thing bogs out going up most hills. Top speed I've gotten on flat and downhill is 52.8. It sometimes feels like it can maybe push a little more if I were to, you know, tuck and not be so much wind resistance up top. I could not tell you how much I weigh. I haven't weighed myself in, I don't even know, years. But I'm fairly skinny, always been fairly skinny. Put some weight on in the past couple of years, but not too much. I'd probably say I'm somewhere between 160 and 180. But yeah, bike ride's great. Fat tires make it very smooth to go over pretty much everything, and then any of the extra bumpy stuff, the suspension on the bike itself does a fantastic job of handling. On more, I guess, poorly maintained sections of the road, you definitely want to brace yourself by maybe, you know, hovering your butt off the seat a little bit so you don't get bounced around too much. But overall, it does a phenomenal job. Yeah, as you can see, flat-footed, got a little bit of a bend to the leg. Super comfortable. That's 6 foot. Mirror's looking good. And yeah, overall, I think this was a great first purchase. I don't use the pedal assist much. I probably should, but I just don't. I'll sometimes use it on a start like that just to kind of help pick it up into speed. But yeah, great bike. We're about to go up some hills. You can see them coming up, and you'll see that this bike kind of bogs out. It still goes up the hill, just takes a little bit to get going, especially when we're coming from a stop like this. It'll probably only get it up to about 30, and that's, you know, setting 5 full power. This guy's turning. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him if he can't get out before the lights turn. Everybody here is turning, but I scooch out fast enough that it's not really an impede to most people. I didn't really script this. I just kind of have been recording videos ever since I got the bike, and I've yet to have anything I'm comfortable to post. But I figured, holy, I gotta do it sooner or later, and it's now that I'm approaching. I just passed 300 kilometers. I've been putting it off for a little too long, so guess I better do it now. Range is I don't know if it's good or bad. Again, considering it's my first bike, but I get to and from work on a single charge, and I could probably get another, I don't know, I want to say 10 or 15 minutes of ride time out of it. That's just going up a bit of a hill, though. That's it capped out. And then we get flat, and she starts picking up just fine. But yeah, going full speed, just as much power as the motor wants from the battery. Yeah, it's a trip, round trip to work and back, with a little juice left over. Not enough that I'd even dare to make another trip, but if I needed to go a couple blocks and pick something up real quick, I'd be fine. I would also be fine if I didn't cap it out and try and go 50 everywhere. When I first got the bike and wasn't quite sure about going top speed on it, I kept it in setting 3, which is about 35 kilometers an hour, and that got me to work and back twice on a single charge. So it's all in how you ride it. The range can be very good, but just like anything, if you're going tits out, well, the range isn't going to be as good. Just like a regular car or motorcycle, if you've got it redlined all the time, you are definitely not going to get the best fuel economy doing that. So it's most certainly in how you ride it. Oh, I got to fix that mirror a little bit. Wait till I get up the hill. So yeah, going up that hill from full speed, it bogged down probably 10 kilometers an hour. Still made it up. Still would have continued to make it up. Probably would have just slowed down to about 35 to get to the very top. And overall, I'm very happy with the bike. Oh yeah, I don't like this wet paint. I'm gonna do the brakes a little earlier. I have thought about doing a couple upgrades just to get some better range. Looking at a battery cost me, I think, another $700 or $800 to just slap on here, or to carry in a backpack behind me. There we go. There's top though. 52.8. It will not go anything more than that. Does not care. I feel like it could. I'm not gonna really try, but I'm keeping up with this car, which is crazy. Over those bumps, absorbed everything. Hitting every light on the way today. Holy. This is my least favorite spot, because after I cross this, the bike lane effectively ends, and I also have to scooch over 2 full lanes to take a left. So I don't really like it too much. As of now, though, there's only this car beside me, so if I let him scooch in front of me, then we'll be fine. Looks like she's going to change in 5 seconds. Our car's approaching, but I should be okay. Okay, well, I didn't go fast enough. I want to wait for this black car. Is he going straight? What's he doing? stick the arm out and jut out. Take this slow, because the tires are very wet, so is the road. And then this road also not a huge fan of. Again, no bike lane, and there's lots of little islands that jut out. But if I'm going at speed, then I don't have to worry about somebody sneaking up behind me or blasting by me. So as long as I can get it up there, which it'll go, we're good. Overall, would I still buy this bike after ridden 300 kilometers on it? Absolutely. Perfect if you don't want to have a license or worry about it. Great, stable, steady, cheap. Range is fantastic if you're not going full blast all the time. And even full blast, max speed, you're probably going to get, I don't know, what have I gone, 10 kilometers already. You're probably going to get 30K on it, 35, just maxed out. You'll easily get double that if you ride in the third setting, and probably double that if you ride in the first setting, which I'm not going to do. That's too slow for me. I mean, I guess if I just want to have a leisurely jaunt for an hour or two around town, yeah, maybe I'd do that on a bike path or something, not on a road, sure. But on a road, there's no way I'm doing that. But here we are, approaching my work. Bike's super comfortable. It definitely has good pep. Brakes work very well. Shocks work very well. Is this guy going to turn? That's the last guy turning. Great. Very comfortable. Even on these roads, I mean, on some of the bigger bumps, you can definitely hear it affecting me in my voice, but overall, it's very comfortable over all this stuff. So hopefully it's a little drier and a little nicer out on the ride home, and we'll keep chatting about it. But I am going to be shutting the camera off here in a second. Just I'm about to pull into work. You need to go? Come on. Oh, puddles. So yeah, you guys will see me in, I don't know, probably 5 seconds. Yep. All right. So it wasn't raining after work, and we have our part 2, the ride home. I'm gonna take a slightly longer way home because it is a Friday night for me. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but it is a Friday night, and now 100% stop by and grab a beer or two for the night while I edit the video. A little hazy in the sky, but sun setting is nice. And yeah, I forget what I was rambling on about earlier in the video. Probably the value of the bike. I think it's great. I think it's a solid platform to build up on. Seems well built. Seems very stable. No real complaints aside from distance, but you know, like I said, if I'm going to drive like a bandit, I'm not going to get the best range, and that's to be expected. And if I wasn't driving like a bandit, my range would be considerably better. So that's my problem, because I am fairly happy with it, and it's going. I'm killing it right now. 51. One thing I have noticed is after the 300 kilometers or so that I've gone is the front bolts definitely became loose, so I would recommend every couple of rides 100% going down and tightening them. I'm just going to go around the bus. No, I can't. Let's get behind the bus. We'll just wait. I'll pass it after. Yeah. Now, the nice thing is the kit itself came with a fantastic little kit of Allen keys, and a couple wrenches. So they hold very well in that little bag because it's got a main compartment in the center and then 2 little netted cargo things on the side. So just tools that came with it, keep it in there. And if anything pops up or you feel something loose, and you're always game to be able to fix it. I'm glad I didn't pass the bus though, because I would have slowed it down. Glad there's no cars behind me either. But I have a feeling I'm going to be following this bus for a majority, because it's going down most of the path that I go. Which means I should have left a little earlier than I did, so I wouldn't have got caught, but whatever. We're killing it. Very nice that it absorbs things like those manholes and whatever else. And now we just wait. I don't want to sneak by them. There's no bike lane here though, so I don't really want to scoot out in front of these guys. But at least that gives the bus some time to go ahead. Lovely sunset here. This guy's going to try to scooch out after these cars, but I will let him. These guys are turning right though, so I would prefer if I could get out sooner than later. Because I don't intend to get sideswiped by a bunch of vehicles. This guy turning or going straight? Turning with no signal. Alright, turn on the last minute. Okay, turn it on the last minute again. I'm going to. At least the bus has gotten ahead of me a bit. Not by much, actually, because it's just on the other side of the light, but we can set some room between us. One eye behind me, keeping the bike lane. Yeah, they're going to make a bunch of stops in the bike lane. Anyways. Lovely evening for a ride home with a small detour, so that'll be nice. Bike is great though. 10 out of 10. Well, I'd probably say 8 out of 10 would recommend. Maybe not a full 10 out of 10. No, for the price, it's crazy bang for the buck. Cheap, you know. In America, I've heard it's about $1,000 to buy. Up in Canada, it was about 15 plus some tax. You know, I looked online. I don't know what else you could buy for that price point that has a 20 amp hour battery with a 1,000 watt motor. Like it's crazy. Rides good. Very comfortable seat. Definitely does a good speed. Challenging it a little bit right now, just going up the hill, but you know, it is what it is. And we're gonna go. As long as this guy doesn't come in my lane, should be fine. But if you can't make a left-hand turn without going in a bike lane, we'll take another driver's test. I was looking at upgrading the bike's motor and battery. I think buying a second battery for it would do great to help with the range, and just carry it in a backpack, or just, I guess you can mount it up underneath. There's probably enough room for 2 batteries, because they do make a version of this that is 2 batteries. So I think that would probably be a good idea. But I was looking at doing a whole 72 volt system. That was going to cost me 3,000 Canadian, probably closer to 2,000 or 2,500 US or something. I'm not sure what the exact conversion's like. And it just doesn't seem worth it. Because then I started looking at my local, you know, Facebook marketplace. And, you know, as much as I love the electric bike and not having to pay for gas or insurance or any of that sort of stuff, you know, to get a little bit more range is going to cost me 3,000, and I'm still kind of restricted to just booting around the city. And most of my friends live in other cities that are a bit of a drive away, and I think if I'm going to spend a couple $1,000 more, I'm probably just going to get a motorcycle. It's a cheap one, so it's cheap on insurance and gas. I'm not trying to go 280 miles an hour or kilometers an hour down a highway. And this is still great for getting to work where I don't have to worry about gas, but for those nice day off trips or longer trips that I'm probably going to want to do, it doesn't seem like it makes sense to upgrade this only to get an extra 20 or 30 kilometers out of it. But definitely still, no skid there. It's a little wet. But definitely still fantastic for getting around town and grabbing groceries, running little errands. Goes fast. Like I said earlier, if you don't go fast and max it out all the time, then yeah, you get way better range. But when I'm commuting to and from work, I am trying to get there because I hate being late. And I usually get there with just enough time to grab a coffee and whatnot before I start my shift. So I could leave a little earlier and not worry so much about it. But that's for being leisure. And I'm not a very leisure guy. We are cruising. The nice thing about the little extra path I'm going to take is it's going to add a little bit of time to the ride and a little bit of difference in sightseeing as we go. So that will be nice. We're going to take a left somewhere up here. And then a left. And then I'm going to go and grab a couple of beers and then make my way home. I just gotta remember which street I'm turning down. It's this one coming up here. And you get to see some of the nice little suburby places of the city I live in. These roads are a little rougher, but still nice. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. The first day I got this microphone, I lost the dead cat. And I've been waiting on a replacement one for a while because it seems impossible to find it on their website or Amazon or anything. And their customer support apparently sent me a new one, and then when it got there, it's for the wrong microphone. So I had to reach out again, and we'll see if they correct it on round 2. It does have a pop filter on right now. It's a very directional mic, so I'm guessing it'll be all right. I'm hoping, at least. Man, this bike is fun. Yeah, this is the street I need. I don't know what that sound is. Should probably investigate that. Something got in my rim or something. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys can hear it on the video or not, but I'm going to have to look at what that might be. Lovely, nice little suburbs. Beautiful old houses on here. This guy better not turn. Go faster than you think. This guy is turning. You don't have to go that slow to make a turn, do you? Guess you do. There was a car coming. That is fair. Yeah, beautiful, lovely old homes back here. Nice and green and there you go. Just gonna cruise down the hill. I think whatever bump I just hit knocked whatever I had out of that tire. Oh, this is my turn. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off for a second, guys. Just give me a minute. All right. Pit stop before home finished. I'll wait for all these people to go. Okay, you're gonna be that slow? Come on. Go. Please and thank you. Come on. You really waited that long? she doing? Turn left? Alright. Screw you. It takes so long to turn. Holy. There's somebody behind me. Alright. Wide turn. This road's a little tight, so I don't really love going down it, but I slow down quite a bit on this hill. But you'll see. Usually there's not too many cars that go up here, so I don't have to worry too much. Big rough patch. There we go. Another one. So with all those, I literally just brace my legs and hover my myself above the seat so I don't get teabagged, and then I'm usually good. And we're cooking. Whoa, real rough roads right here. Distracted by the rough roads. Didn't stop. I hate when people just sit. Okay, well. He's gonna go. I'm gonna go now because I don't see a blinker on him. Adjust the mirror real quick. His car's coming up behind me, but not a big deal. And now we're back to that main road that I turned on and had the biggest straightaway when I was going to work earlier in the video. Green, just want to see. Because right now I gotta scooch over in that left-hand turn lane, so if I'm butting out in front of somebody, I don't want to get hit. But after this car, should be good. Right. And we'll stick the nice little arm out to indicate we're turning. The beginning. Nice big church looking good in the sunset. Oh yeah, moving forward. I'm not really looking at the church, that's just for you guys. Let's turn into the right. You're gonna have to wait, boss. There we go. Not so talkative on the ride back, more so just enjoying it. I think I mentioned everything I wanted in the first half of the video. Really just can't get over how great this bike is. But I think on the website it says it's gonna get you 100 kilometers. It's not. I think I left today at 3:02 or something, so we're at 3:23. So there's 20 kilometers. That's the battery. If I keep going at this speed, would probably net me another 10 minutes of driving at 50 kilometers. What is that? Another 5 kilometers maybe. I think that sounds about right. So, you know, we'll get 25, 30 kilometers out of it going full blast. Which is, again, reasonable for $1,000 US, 1,500 Canadian. You really can't ask for more. So, if you'd like to ask me anything specific, please just comment. Let me know. And I'll try and answer it in the next video, whenever that is. Maybe a couple days from now or a week or something. I got a couple days coming up soon, so there's a good chance that I'll just go on, not a crazy long ride, maybe a half-hour ride or something. Just straight shot it all. But thanks for watching, guys. And we ended at 3:24. Boom. Cheers.